Welcome to the video podcast that was voted one of the best in the marketing research industry, first in 2019 and happily again for us in 2020. And this year, we've been designated by FeedSpot as one of the YouTube very best locations when you're looking for market research information and news. This is Research Business Daily Report. We're seen most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with a news item that most likely has not really been seen or heard by you before. Now, RBDR does rely on viewer support. We'll talk to you about that at the end of today's report. I'm Bob Lederer, and I'm in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. In case you missed it, and I did, May 5th was International Market Research Day, and Blackbox Research founder and CEO David Black used the day to blog an interesting assessment of the research industry standing. Black highlighted the doubling of U.S. market research revenues at the close of 2021 as opposed to the sum 13 years ago. At the end of 2021, it was $76 billion. Black noted that in spite of significant growth that we just marked, market research expenditures are still only about 10% of what companies spend on advertising and even less than what they spend on overall marketing. And yet, market research remains crucial in supporting and advancing both marketing and advertising. Only more corners of the average company beyond that. The ever-growing flow of new data into the hands of decision makers should have, and in reality has in many instances, meant two things. One, the need for expert researchers to be able to analyze and apply their skills to the company's problems. And two, a need for a new type of researcher over the last decade. As a matter of fact, even more true today than before, companies need to find data specialists who are more adaptable and in possession of wider skill sets beyond researchers' traditional inclusion of statistics, psychology, and behavioral economics, the old standbys. That means market research delivering a more holistic perspective of challenges facing any organization is vital today, and simultaneously with that, applying a narrative and visualization technique or two that empowers key stakeholders to make faster, better informed decisions in an ever-changing digital world. Now, what I just described paved the path for decision science's insertion in market research ventures during the aforementioned last decade or so. Where implemented properly, decision science is helping its corporate users to bring research closer to the center of day-to-day management. It also requires and institutes a massive infusion of business acumen and acute analytic capabilities into today's researcher. Probably one of the most important responsibilities of someone with data science expertise is selecting the most relevant data that is needed to frame a crucial business question. Now, that task is extraordinarily expansive in that the decision science-equipped market researcher always has to compete with alternative internal insights gathered by their employer at touch points here and there and platforms that are outside the realm of the insights and research department. Black says that today's decision scientist / market researcher can meaningfully translate all that data in order to get maximum clarity and stakeholder processing. Do you need proof? Well, Black maintains that disruption, something that every new product or service dreams of accomplishing in the marketplace, quote, is no longer a black swan occurrence that impacts a sector once in a decade, end of quote. Researchers are seen often as cerebral, thoughtful creatures, says Black, yet in being imbued with decision science, they've evolved from back-of-the-house status to, in many cases, a seat at the decision-making table. And complemented by data scientists, Black forecasts that today's fully fitted market researcher / decision scientist will ensure data quality and accuracy, translating, processing, and narrating meaning for company information. That's our wrap on this edition of the Research Business Daily Report. Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's video, we'd love for you to become a Patreon supporter of RBDR because it is important to us in growing this service. And what that means is agreeing to provide us with a monthly contribution, and the size is entirely up to you. Please visit RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR. And when you get there, please select a level of support that works for you and that you think we deserve. Whatever that may be, we thank you in advance. And we hope you have a good research day today. And we'll be back here on Wednesday waiting for you to rejoin us. Until then, please stay safe.